So Greg Maddux will lead off as a batter in the bottom of the 5th, but in the meantime, Robbie Thompson, who sent a solo blast in the 3rd, will now lead off against Maddux. Remember, that was a leadoff home run, too. That's hit down the left field line hard. Off the 335 sign in left field, that will be extra bases for Robbie Thompson. He gets in there with a stand-up double. So Thompson leads off the 5th with a stand-up double, and now he's in scoring position for Will Clark at the plate. Strike on the outside corner does go Atlanta's way. It's 0-1. Seems like if there's anything, if you want to be the kind of person that says the umpires did something, you know, to affect the game, some of the balls and strikes have been in Atlanta's favor. San Francisco hasn't really been able to catch a lucky break, but when it comes to base running in particular, neither team has caught a good break. Now that was just pure, mediocrity from Will Clark there. Swung at a pitch way inside that he did not need to swing at. And now it's 1-2 to the Giants' 3-hitter. That's hit out to right field. This ball is deep. Going back. It is gone. It's a 2-run home run for Will Clark. And just like that, thanks to a bad swing, he rebounds. And now the Giants have a 3-2 lead. Boy, oh boy. That is interesting. So Will Clark with a 2-run shot. Estimated distance 387 feet there. You can see just blasted it out to right. The 3rd home run of the game. And the only runs scored by either side have been via the long ball. As now Barry Bonds will step up. He's 0 for 1 with hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Or excuse me, he was hit by a pitch in the 1st. But he struck out in his last bat. And that ball was high, 1-1. So I wonder if Bonds will try to go back-to-back following Clark's home run. And right now it's 2-1. The count was 2-2 when Clark hit it out. So if he gets a strike, you know, it could be 2-2. It would be interesting. But I'm not sure if it would be likely. It's never guaranteed that Bonds hits a home run on any given day, considering even though he's one of the most strongest players in Major League history, and he's got one of the most historic backgrounds, there's no guarantee that he's going to actually hit a home run on every game. It's just not going to happen. But that ball is lined foul, and it's 3-2. The count remains full. That's a swing and a miss, so a late swing from Bonds sets him down, and there's 1 away. 6 strikeouts from Greg Maddux, and you can see here is your top pitch speed comparison, with Swift only coming in at 86 and Maddux at 91. Neither guy really bringing on the heat when it comes to the fastball this afternoon, but they've still been getting it done with a relatively low-scoring game to this point in the ballgame. As Matt Williams at the plate, he takes a ball 1-0. Curveball just misses outside of the zone. Williams was tempted to swing at it. I mean, it was 72 miles an hour. You never really knew what was going to happen. But the 2-0 popped up on another curveball right over the infield. Breen makes the catch, and now there's 2 retired in the 5th. Here's Dave Martinez. He flew out earlier in the ballgame, but also reached on an error where he would eventually be stranded on base. That's a little blooper down the 3rd base line, but it one-hops into the seats foul. And that's a fastball up high. 1-1. Maddux now, I guess if he gets taken out of the game, he would be in the loss column. But if Atlanta were to tie it, it would be a moot point. Remember, we have 7-inning games here in the historic matchup series. That will be another throwing error from Chipper Jones. And for the 2nd time today, Dave Martinez gets lucky. This has been the 2nd time this afternoon that Dave Martinez has reached on a throwing error from the same guy. Chipper Jones, even though he's had a good game offensively, he has not had a good game defensively. As now in the Braves bullpen, there is a lefty and a righty warming up for Atlanta. Of course, no guarantee when they'll come in. But that's a fly ball out to center field for Royce Clayton. But Otis Nixon is there. He camps under it and makes the catch. So for the second time in the ballgame, Dave Martinez reaches on an error, but Will Clark hits a 2-run home run to give San Francisco the lead. 3-2, Giants going to the bottom of the fifth. Pinch hitting for Greg Maddux will be, let's see if his name will pop up. We'll see if his name pops up. That is Terry Pendleton pinch hitting. They never show the names on the screen of who's pinch hitting for a certain pitcher. But there it is, former MVP winner Terry Pendleton will be pinch hitting for Maddux here in the bottom of the fifth. And he'll ground it to short. Clayton is there to throw in time, 1 away. So the pinch hitting ventures for Pendleton don't go as planned, and now we'll go back to the top of the order for Otis Nixon. And that ball is a little bit low, 1-0. Hit out to right field, that will be a base hit. Another multi-hit game for Otis Nixon. He's 2 for 3. So Otis gets on first thanks to that breaking ball that was turned into a base hit. As now Jeff Blauser at the plate. Trying to get something going. He hasn't really had too much of a good offensive performance this afternoon. And he's now ahead in the count 1-0 to start his third at-bat of the afternoon. Nixon goes for second. He is safe. So Otis Nixon steals second off of Bill Swift. And now the Braves have the tying run, mind you, in scoring position. They throw back to second, but nothing going on there. And now it's 3-0. So if Blauser were to walk, the only way that Blauser or that Chipper Jones would not come up is would be a bizarre double play. And that is a breaking ball taken in the zone for a strike, now 3-1. And so that's interesting for Bill Swift. He went from a 3-0 count to a 3-2 count. And now is just one pitch away from setting down Jeff Blauser. The 3-2 on its way. Oh, did he go around? He did not. That is ball 4. So that empty base at first will be occupied by Blauser. Now 2 are on with 1 away for Chipper Jones. So now 2 guys are warming up in the bullpen for San Francisco, a righty and a lefty. And that is a strike, 0-1. And that is outside, 1-1. There is Dave Righetti warming up in the bullpen on your right side, along with the right-hander Greg Brummett. The 1-1. Hit out to center field. Will it fall? It will hit off the center fielder's glove. The bases are loaded now. That could have been an incredible diving catch from Dave Martinez, but instead the Braves have now loaded the bases just down by 1. All they need is a clutch base hit or even a grand slam from David Justice, and they will put themselves in the lead. Curveball misses off the plate, 1-0. If they have one more bad batter for Swift, I wouldn't be surprised if he's out of the game. They already pinch hit for Greg Maddux, so, you know, that's already taken care of. But he would be a no decision if the Braves tied the game at any point. That is a strike, maybe a little bit of a questionable call, but Bill Swift doesn't mind, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss, now it's 2-2. So David Justice in an interesting situation here with the bases loaded and 1 away. Oh, he fouls it off the catcher's equipment. Count remains even. That was a very lucky swing that he got there. That would have been a swing and a miss in most other situations. Hit out to left field. This ball is deep. Going back. It is off the wall. One run is going to score. The Braves have tied the game, and it would be the longest single I've really ever seen for David Justice. But Bonds got that ball in so quickly that it didn't matter. Bases are loaded once again, but now Dusty Baker coming out to the mound. They will take out Bill Swift. He will get chased from the ball game. Now it will be the right-hander Scott Sanderson coming in the ball game in relief. So now at the tie game, Sanderson facing Ron Gant. And the ball is inside, 1-0. We didn't even see really Sanderson warming up too much in the bullpen. We really saw Greg Brummett and Dave Righetti showing up. But now the 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. On a curveball there from Sanderson. The 1-1. Swing and a miss from Gant, and it's now 1-2. Sid Bream would be on deck. And a curveball is low, 2-2. Ground ball foul. Gant stays alive. Count is still even. Ground ball to first. They'll throw to second for one, and the game will remain tied thanks to the double play. But a base hit from David Justice ends up tying the game for Atlanta. We go to the 6th out of the 7-inning game. 3-3, all knotted up. So now pitching for Atlanta is the right-hander. Hold on, let me check the name here.
Leading off from San Francisco, the catcher, number 8.
Sorry, my page wouldn't load, but that is Pedro Bourbon on the mound. 6'5" right-hander. He takes the fastball up high, 1-0. The reason why you see Wes Parsons on the mound, but then you hear the name Pedro Bourbon is because the roster is a little bit off, as that's a ground ball to second. Wes Parsons is, a current guy on the Braves. We don't want some guy from current year playing in 1993. So we just kind of switch them out, you know? We switch out names for another name. But now pinch hitting for Bill Swift will be, or I should say pinch hitting for the reliever, Scott Sanderson, will be Darren Lewis. So Lewis, 232 average this season in 1993. No home runs, 17 RBIs. The 0-1 from Bourbon. Outside, 1-1. That's a little blooper out towards first, but Bream is there, 2 away. Could be a quick inning for Bourbon if he plays his cards right. Willie McGee at the plate takes the first pitch high, 1-0. Now it's 2-0 to McGee. Back at the top of the order for San Francisco. It's outside, 3-0 now. Robbie Thompson on deck. And that is a strike, 3-1. That's hit out towards second, and it is caught by Mark Lemke. So we are tied going to the bottom of the 6th. This means that whoever is in their last at bat, somebody in their last at bat will win the ball game, I can assure you. Now pitching for San Francisco is the left-hander Brian Hickerson. So facing Hickerson for the first time is now Sid Bream. The first pitch fouled off towards the San Fran dugout, and it's 0-1. Another ground ball hit towards the third base ball boy, and it's 0-2. Not a good at bat so far for Bream, but remember, this is a lefty on lefty matchup, the first lefty to pitch this afternoon. That's popped up towards third, and Matt Williams won't have to go too far to catch it. 1 away. Here is Mark Lemke. Brumette and Righetti back up in the bullpen for San Francisco, the lefty and the righty. Hit towards first now, and just like that, just 4 pitches, 2 away, as pretty unceremoniously it will be Bream and Lemke going down, as now Damon Berryhill bats. He's a switch hitter, remember, so he'll face at least a little bit of an advantage against Holland. But a curveball misses pretty badly inside, and even in the dirt a little bit. It's 1-0. That is a strike. Once again, you can see on your left the right-hander Greg Brumette, and on the right side Dave Righetti, the left-hander. The 1-1. That one's popped up. So we will go to the 7th inning here in Atlanta in a tied ball game. Now it will be Robbie Thompson. He's had a good offensive performance in this one. 2 for 3 with a home run, a double, and an RBI. He fouls that one off of Pedro Bourbon, 0-1. Bourbon made 2 appearances in 1993 with a 21.6 ERA. 4 runs allowed. That one's fouled off, 0-2. Ground ball once again foul. Man, that one is going to be low. 1-2. And that fastball is also high. And Bourbon not really having too much control now. He went from 0-2 to now 3-2. And he walks him. Goes from 0-2 to ball 4. Bobby Cox not too happy about that, but Will Clark will bat with a runner on first and nobody out. That one hits the outside corner of the zone, 0-1. Pitch out. However, the runner on first stays where he's at. I don't know why they're too concerned about Thompson stealing. There's really not too much of a threat. Actually, never mind. He does go, and he is safe. I didn't think there would be much of a threat for Robbie Thompson to steal, but he does, and now the Giants have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And it's 1-2 to Will Clark. Trying to make something work here. That's hit out to center field. Otis is there. He makes the catch. Thompson goes back to second, and there's 1 out. Here is Barry Bonds. He was hit by a curveball in the first, and he's been 0 for 2 for the remainder of the ball game. That ball is absolutely crushed. Deep to center field. Way back. This ball is gone. Barry Bonds with a 2-run home run here in the top of the 7th. And in the top of what could be the final inning, the Giants take a 5-3 lead. Man, this is really clutch. Barry Bonds, absolute long ball, 455 feet. What else is new from Barry Bonds? 450-foot bomb. And he's getting high fives all around in the dugout as the Giants take a 5-3 lead. Take a look at this. Right in his wheelhouse, and he cranks it out to center. You know when they say 450 dead center? That's what they meant. And he did not miss. As Matt Williams now comes in, Bourbon's still in the game now that the Giants have taken the lead. It's 1-0 to Williams. In 1993, the Giants didn't even make the playoffs, but they had 103 wins. They were one game behind the Giants, as that's a high fly ball to center field. But Nixon is there at the warning track, and there's 2 away. But they were one game behind the Giants in the NL West, and because of the playoff format at the time, where the top 2 NL teams made the NLCS, they did not make the playoffs. The Atlanta Braves, however, did, with a 104-58 record, winning the American League East. However, they lost the National League Championship Series to the Phillies in 6 games. The Phillies would go on to lose the World Series in 6 games to the reigning champions, who would go on to win back-to-back, the Toronto Blue Jays. And that ball is high, 1-1. And now it's 2-1, quickly to Dave Martinez. Martinez has done somewhat well, but not really because of his own talent, just because of luck, really. He's reached on an error twice today, and thanks to the same type of play to the same third baseman, Chipper Jones. So Dave Martinez has had a good offensive day in the same way a NASCAR driver would have a good day if it was just their car doing well and they were an erratic driver. But that's a swing and a miss. Martinez goes down on strikes, but Barry Bonds launches. Now it's Ray Black on the mound for San Francisco. Here in the bottom of the 7th, he has a chance to pick up the save for the Giants in a 5-3 game. So now it is Dion Sanders pinch hitting, the former Atlanta Falcons running back. Now, of course, known to be that one baseball guy who played football, you know, two-sport athlete. That's what he's known for. But two-sport athletes aren't that uncommon in the major leagues. You see guys like Bo Jackson. Oh, that's a high fly ball in the right field. Way back to the warning track. It is gone. It's a solo home run for Dion Sanders off the bench. Try running that one out. In a game where every run has been scored by a home run, Dion Sanders makes it a 5-4 game in the bottom of the 7th. How about that? Dion Sanders cranks it out to right. And just like that, Atlanta's within 1 run of tying this game. It's really amazing to me. But as we were saying, Bo Jackson in the NFL, even Danny Ainge played second base for the Blue Jays for a few years before going to the Celtics. That one's popped up towards first, and Will Clark makes the catch, 1 away, towards the Atlanta dugout. Thought he was going to have to reach over to make the catch, but not quite. Here's Jeff Blauser at the plate. He's 0 for 2. He had a walk in the 5th inning. That ball is taken for a strike, 0-1. And that ball is inside, 1-1. Next up on the historic matchups game schedule, we would flash you back. Oh, look at this. High fly ball, left center field. This time it will stay in the yard, 2 away. Next up would be 1987 for our first American League game, where it would be the Detroit Tigers versus the Toronto Blue Jays. But now here's Chipper Jones, 3 for 3 in the ballgame, including a home run and 2 singles. That ball's hit down the left field line, but it is just foul by a hair. A few inches to the right, and he would have had it. And that ball's a little bit inside, 1-1.
Count 2-1.
2-1 to Chipper Jones, 98 from Brumette. That one's also hit down the left field line, 2-2. The Atlanta Braves are down to their final strike. That ball is popped up to right field. McGee camps under it, and that is the ball game. Giants win it 5-4 on an incredible 2-run home run by Barry Bonds in the top half of the final inning to win the ball game 5-4. Even though Dion Sanders hit a second pitch home run in the bottom half of the inning to try to at least spark a rally, the Braves would subsequently go down 1-2-3, and there you have it. So Giants take home the W 5-4. 8 hits for San Francisco, 9 for Atlanta, and no errors for the Giants, but 2 for Atlanta, both thanks to Chipper Jones and both thanks to Dave Martinez. Your player of the game, even though it says Robbie Thompson over there, I'm giving it to Barry Bonds. He had a home run and 2 RBIs. He hit that home run in the top of the 7th inning, which was really nice. 455 feet, and he also had a decent performance defensively as well. And even though Robbie Thompson did have an RBI and scored 3 runs, those 3 runs were most likely just, sort of lucky on home runs. And he had a home run of his own in the top of the 3rd to start the scoring for the Giants, and also had a double and an RBI. More notable players include Will Clark, who had a home run and 2 RBIs, and Otis Nixon, who went 2 for 4, including with a stolen base, and Chipper Jones, who went 3 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. The winner for tonight's ball game is Greg Hickerson with 1 inning pitched, and he was the one that had to pitch in the bottom of the 6th. That's what got him the W today. And Pedro Bourbon gets the loss with 2 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. And then Greg Brumette gets the save, 1 inning pitched, 1 hit given up, and 1 earned run, but that is about it. So thank you for watching the 2nd edition of the Major League Baseball Historical Matchups series. We'll see you guys next time for Tigers Blue Jays.